and Benger are.
Over under 75,000.
I think that's a really good line. I'm going to take slightly under.
Okay.
I think it's going to be like 70,000.
I like it.
Wait, does 0 count?
Yeah, you can have 0.
Oh, 0 counts as under?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really fair then. Yeah, I'll definitely take the under.
Yeah.
No shot clocks in play till they reach the money. Aha!
Damn.
Did not pull the trigger. And Lisi is going to take down this pot with the pair of 10s.
You're a little hustler, you know that? You're like, does 0 count? Oh, good for you. I'm proud of you. That was nice.
Well, because if you had said no, I'm going to just go on with 0. A check.
Okay.
I had a feeling. I thought it was like 50-50.
On the actual bet, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that slow dissolve, like we're watching a soap opera.
Yeah. Yeah, the production team here doesn't mess around.
Flipsy on YouTube says, poker has become so freaking boring with these slow playing guys. You know what else is boring? Comments like that. You banned. Thanks for weighing in.
Yeah, and if you feel hurt by being banned, why don't you put on a Band-Aid?
There you go. Pocket Queens. Under the gun. Buenos dias, Andrian. Dex818 says, dude was just talking facts. Why don't you join him? There you go. You can talk facts together. You banned. Maybe you can start a little Discord.
Yeah, maybe you can start a band together.
Coco defending 6'3" offsuit and luckily whiffs everything. If you're not going to hit 2-4-5, probably best for it to come King, King, Jack, insta-fold on the flop. Matthew Nozick on YouTube. Oh. All right. Olivier's just let everyone know that they will no longer be the featured table after the break.
18 minutes and 25 seconds.
In 18 minutes, 25 seconds, there will be a break. 20 minutes after that, we will have a new featured table. And that featured table will include the one, the only, Ponka Tarker Nalbut. Tonka Marker, Parker, Tarker, Parker Talbot,
Yeah.
Tonka.
Nice. Well, Tonka would be in the middle. Try again. Parker,
Tonka Talbot.
No, I'm doing it.
And Juan Pardo, Malacca style. Super high roller champion in W Coupe, super high roller champion here in Cyprus. Zuka Zellini says, words are hard. Guess what? So is understanding bits. You're banned. Caxel asked, why was he banned from expressing his opinion? I don't know. Why don't you take some time to think about it? You're banned. Thanks for this, guys. I was getting a little bored myself, this level. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else want to question my authority? Ace King of Diamonds whiffs entirely here. 5's good for now. Bottom pair for Gilboa. Sorry. Second pair on the flop for Gilboa. No good. No longer second pair either.
Recheck. 6 check. 8 check.
Tarker, Ponka, Taup.
Not a straight. I did it for you.
3 check. 6 check. 8.
Oh, thank you. Checks around on the river. Super happy to win this one with pocket 5s. Yeah. Ship it. Parkour Talbot.
Hardcore. Parkour. It's too bad Parker never got into parkour. Because that'd be kind of like
It's never too late.
a cool nickname, right?
Could be a good rebirth for him.
Parkour Talbot?
Yeah, Parkour Talbot.
Yeah, that'd be good. Go well, go well.
Finally, you're singing some royalty-free music.
I'm not gonna lie, for a second there, I thought Andrian's shirt was also Rocky Balboa.
Does look a little bit like Sylvester Stallone, yeah.
So you think I should watch Tulsa King?
I've not seen it. I do not know.
I got a very
most
hard
people really like it.
recommendation. Yeah, I guess I could get down with him being, getting out of prison after a life sentence. He's like a former Crapo kind of thing.
Yeah. What's funny is that my friend who worked on it didn't have high hopes for it. Then it came out, and everyone was like, it's really fun. It's a good show.
Yeah.
So,
He wrote it, or he was a writer, or he was a...
a writer on the show, yeah.
Yeah.
There's writing teams. Because what happens is Yellowstone was such a big hit, and then I think the next one was like 1923 or whatever. And so when these shows are big hits, they just gave Taylor Sheridan carte blanche. They're like, just give us more ideas. So he's got like 5 or 6 TV shows on the air. And when that happens, it's really hard
For the quality. to
for that
remain.
person to really to maintain the voice.
And this is the Wind River guy?
Yeah.
Huh. And people like Yellowstone? This is the
Yellowstone's like the biggest drama hit in like the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years.
Costner,
I want to
right?
say. Yeah.
many seasons.
It's got 5 or 6 seasons, I think. Yeah.
Chat, tell me if I should watch Yellowstone. I don't think I will because I have a lot of other TV show to watch, but
When you raise 5 balls, 5.
I heard good things about the Continental.
Not doing Continental because I'm not doing Mel Gibson vehicles anymore. All right, so here we go. When you asked, is Yellowstone worth it? No, don't, no. Watch 2 seasons. Watch 1883 again. It's very good. Bad show. Don't bother. Yes. You do you, man.
4, do that.
Yellow Hannah says, I have thoughts on Yellowstone.
That's a good range. I think I have a good idea. I'm going to throw it under the no pile.
All right, we got a 3-bet from Lisi. Back to the poker. Reuter having a think with the pocket 7s in the big blind. Does still have the original opener, which took all the way until the button to happen.
Well, this is a very strong hand in the big blind when it's folded to the button, right? This isn't like your normal, there's been a raise and a re-raise and you have 2 sevens, just, side fold. This is okay, the button is probably raising with nothing, as we can see. Andrian with a 3 in his hand.
Ooh.
Let's see, 3-betting could just be 3-betting with, the ace 6 suited. So I don't want to fold 7s here most of the time, but you know what? Let's just get out of trouble. And I respect it. Can't really call 4-bet. Seems weird.
Just over 10 minutes left on the level. Getting a new feature table when we get back. Once again with Parker Talbot, a.k.a. Tonka. Juan Pardo, a.k.a. Malacca Style. Here's a question for you, Griff. Have you watched the new Rick and Morty yet?
It came out?
Yeah.
The new voices, right?
Yeah.
The new AI voices?
Is it AI?
I don't think so. I don't know. That's one of the theories.
I mean, everyone does a Rick and Morty impression. It wouldn't be that hard to find a talented voice actor that.
I don't know, Rick.
I keep telling my girlfriend we should go for Halloween as Rick and Morty.
That's a great
With
idea.
her as Morty. I think it would just be so funny seeing her as a little boy.
Yeah. So, do you know the show Arthur? With like the Aardvark, the cartoon?
I do know Arthur, yes.
So, one of my good buddies from Montreal was the voice of Arthur.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he's a bit like coy about it. He doesn't always like people bugging about or knowing about it.
Sure.
And one of his best friends is going to surprise him on Halloween dressed up as Arthur. I can't wait. And
Did he still
I
do the voice, or did he outgrow it?
He's definitely outgrown it. Yeah.
Okay.
No. It was like once puberty was hit, they replaced something kind of thing. But he did like hundreds of episodes. But it's gonna be. I'm so excited to tell the thousands of people watching because I can't tell anyone else. It's a big surprise. Like it's he's like, don't tell anyone. Like within my friend group, right?
This one time I was out in a bar in LA and a buddy of mine was visiting, and he's kind of an emo kid. And he was wearing a SpongeBob wristband, like a sweatband. And I go, man, look, I'm going to tell you something. I probably shouldn't tell you this. Please don't make a thing out of it. But the guy who plays the voice of SpongeBob is right over there. The words weren't even out of my mouth yet, and he was down Tom Kenny's throat. Just immediately sidled up and was like, hey, dude, and showed him the wristband. And guess what? Tom Kenny was so cool. We ended up hanging out with him for hours.
Oh, that's great.
But I was so embarrassed and
Yeah.
regretted it super hard the second
yeah.
I told him. Buenos dias, Andrian raising ace-jack. And these two just destined to clash. Andrian and Reuter. Reuter Clemens. The ace-deuce suited. Small re-raise coming in. I guess not that small, but not that big either.
Andrian going to be a bit too high up in his range here, I think, in these late position spots to be just folding to the 3-bet with ace-jack. I think the question just becomes, do you want to turn this hand into effectively a bluff
42,000.
because you're not prepared to get all in pre-flop with this hand for this amount of chips, or do you want to just call and keep those weaker hands in there? Andrian does elect to go with that re-raise pre-flop, and I'll tell you what, we've talked about it a lot on this broadcast before, about how these badass, live players, online players, don't like to fold the suited wheel aces and are prepared to do some crazy things with it. But does Reuter want to put in 165,000 chips at 2,500 big blind with ace 2 suited? Probably not.
Shoving matches don't go as many rounds as they used to
No.
these days. These players figured out that they were torching chips.
Yeah. And that's why we do see the fold from Reuter. I think very reasonably played on both sides. And the best hand won. And that's what you love to see, isn't it?
That's what I love to see, for sure. This is our new featured table. They won't be on their phones up on the main stage, that's for sure.
Getting it out of their system.
Mario Tratu, Bastian May, Ege Guven, Gerard Carbo. Did someone just mash
Those are
the
made up-
keyboard,
those are
right?
made up
Those-
names.
these-
Yeah,
those
yeah.
are all real names.
No, that was from
Oleg
Over
Justinovich
there.
and Harold Sammer. It's like a Tim and Eric awesome show.
yeah.
Bastian May, Ege Guven, Gerard Carbo. Gerard Carbo is definitely a Tim Robinson made up.
Carmine Laguzio.
Anton opening from early position, a little out of line here. Jack 8 suited, getting 3-bet by Andrian.
So I actually saw a meme the other day I forgot to send you. You know the first ever I Think You Should Leave sketch with the door that goes both ways?
Yes.
The place that they shot it on location now has a sign beside it that says, "This door actually goes both ways."
Fantastic. I think I know that exact coffee shop, by the way. It's
No
in Los
way.
Feliz, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's in L.A.?
That's pretty sure I know the one.
Oh, no, it does both. Quick take.
I was here yesterday. It does both.
Oh, man.
Another pot for Andrian.
I just want to know if that shirt says White Lotus.
I doubt it.
That one's tough, because now you really want to sing it.
I love I love that song.
Yeah.
So Andrian is 4th in chips at this table, but has 79 big blinds. Pretty deep stack table, top half of the table. And then Gilboa is actually 5th with under 40 bigs. So the bottom half, not that many chips. Top half, lots of chips.
Did I tell you I was at a dinner with Mike White's assistant? He told me all the
I don't think you
good
told me,
stuff.
no.
Yeah, I should tell you. I should. That's a great story. I'll tell you that sometime.
Action's folded around to Apurva Goel.
I say he limps.
He will, that's a limp.
I win.
One big chip.
You lose.
I say I lose. I didn't really weigh in.
It was a Key and Peele reference in my head that no one would ever get from the Flickr sketch.
Not sure I remember that one.
By the way, you have some.
All right.
I need to show you.
Joke's on
I
you.
know
You touched a shirt that I've been wearing for 6 days.
Yeah, I need to show you the Flickr sketch, and then you'll see the very obscure reference I made too. This is all great. We're planning for me to tell you a story. We're planning to watch an episode of Key and Peele.
We still have to watch
Joe loves hanging out
movie
with me.
40, movie
Movie
42.
Joe loves hanging out with me after.
You know what's weird is that I was really, really ill in Barcelona. Like, I think it's the first time ever that I left commentary early from not feeling well. That was a pretty hellish trip for me.
It's okay, everyone. Don't worry. We still FaceTimes.
actions. Fold it around to Clemens Reuter.
Five raise.
Ace 8 offsuit.
Six calls.
Marigal 5-4 suited. Dying to play a hand.
Marigal wants to see 3. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's kind of his whole vibe. I want to see 3 cards. I want to see if they match with my 2.
Lococo doesn't fold much
No.
from any position, let alone a king 6 suited from the big blind. And what do we say here, dealer? Jack King King trips for Lococo.
Are sunglasses making a comeback, or are they're this
In
prevalent
life or in poker?
in poker? I think we have 4+ on this table, and that feels like more than average.
It could be because of the location. Like, it's a sunny, warm climate, so
Yeah.
maybe people just have sunglasses with them and then aren't taking them off. 10 on the turn after action checks all the way around. Lococo checking again. Has a small-ish stack. Hoping someone will put some chips in that he can raise at some point.
It's working.
Marigal folds the 5 high.
Not
Back to Lococo
Yeah.
facing the bet of 6,500.
Not entirely convinced that Lococo is going to want to play this as a check raise. You know, you do still have to worry about the ace queen. If you do check raise here, you're probably not going to get action from the jack X type hands, the 10Xs. So better to call and make it look like you have something like queen 10 or jack 9 that might have to fold to big pressure on the river.
Well, pretty clean run out. And Lococo is not going to leave it up to fate this time, is going to value bet the river. This will be the last hand of the level, by the way.
But look at the size, Joe. This is just awesome stuff. Lococo effectively checking, but also saying, like, I just want to get to showdown here with my, queen 10. I'm going to bet the minimum. Let's see if you're willing to raise. But he's actually doing it with that king. The 7% pot river bet. Just begging Reuter to find that raise to 20, 30,000. Instead, just calls.
Just the call. Well, hey. Squeeze 2,500 out of Reuter.
Wow.
Looks a little tilted.
Move all the chips.
Yeah. Like maybe his opponent had something like ace jack and would have been prepared to call a little more, but wasn't the case. Got the max.
Players are headed to break. These are the chip sacks they're taking back out into the field with the new blinds. So 129 big blinds is what Anton's taking out there. Clemens Reuter second in chips at this table at 91 bigs. Yuri Gilboa, the other EPT champ at the table, taking 34 bigs out there, and Andre Lococo will be departing with 28 bigs. New feature table when we get back, including Tonka and Malacca style. During the break, we've got some classic bubble moments from the EPT archives. More from Cyprus in 20 minutes' time.
Okay, we have 3 all-in calls. Clock stopped. We're going to go table by table. Gael, with the 2 aces, is our all-in player.
Gail Bauman is the player at risk, but huge favourite with 2 aces against Daniel Gomez's 9-5.
Let's see the floor, please. The flop is 9, 10, 4. It's a rainbow.
Gomez has some equity, more than he did before the flop, actually.
On the turn, please. The turn is a queen.
Baumann has to fade 9s and 5s.
And the final card, please.
The bubble's not bursting in. Bursting in.
It's king.
Aces hold. So Baumann gets the double up.
We have another all-in.
Remember, there are 2 more all-in hands.
This is insanity.
Tournament director Toby Stone races across the room.
Please tell me this is Martin Finger versus Finger Martin.
Thankfully not, because that would be epically confusing. It's Martin Finger with pocket jacks against Jesse Martin's ace-queen. We have a classic race on our hands.
Like clean sheets versus warm towels. Which one has the slight mathematical edge?
Martin Finger is the player at risk. He needs those jacks to hold.
Okay, that's it, please.
Ace on the flop.
It's king, ace, 9.
Finger way behind now.
And 10 card, please. Turns another 9.
The bubble's about to burst.
Martin's going to need a jack. Otherwise, it could be all our bubbles. And 5 card, please. It's a 7. We have good plus Martin Finger.
Martin Finger finishes in 97th place. He is our bubble boy, but
We have one more all-in call.
we do have another hand. And remember, hand-for-hand play, these all happen at the same time. If we lose another player, if we lose Andrew Baddeker here, they will actually chop the bubble.
Baddeker ahead, but at risk to the same guy who gave Maria Ho a speech for taking her time to make a decision. In case you're wondering who to root for.
Flop is king, 7, queen. Michael has hit pair of kings.
Mikhail Petrov takes the lead. Baddeker on the verge of elimination.
Turn is at 3. Andrew's going to need to see an ace. Otherwise, there's going to be one of 2 bubbles here today. And the final card, please.
He's trying the walkway maneuver. It's risky.
It's a 3. We just lost 2 players. Congratulations, players. You're all in the money in EPT Grand Final.
So, Andrew Baddeker and Martin Finger will actually share 96th place prize money. Adam Levy, who went out in 98th place, is the true bubble.
Thank you. Thank you.
As we lost 2 players from separate tables, Michael and Martin are going to split 96th place.
He means Andrew and Martin. Blinds 2,000, 4,000 with a 500 ante. Action at the feature table is on Cecil Hansen.
Pretty hand.
Raises with Queen Jack suited. From under the gun +1, he makes it 10,500. Action folded around to Leo Fernandez. Ace Jack.
Yes, I am Leo. I am contemplating what to do.
He's in late position. And he's going to play aggressively from late position, 3-betting to 23k.
And this is actually kind of turning his hand into a bluff.
Joseph Bakar in the small blind. Decides to fold. As does Lucas Berglund in the big blind. Action back on Hansen.
Pretty good hand to take a flop with.
Well, those blue chips are worth 5,000 each. The purples are 500. So that is a 4-bet to 46,500.
Is there anyone at this table who doesn't want to turn his hand into a bluff?
Leo folds the best hand.
Hansen's play makes a little more sense than Leo's near the bubble, but it's risky. He did not have the stack to 4-bet fold.
Hansen up to 156,000. 185 remain in the main event. We're 2 away from making the money, and we're hearing there's actually a player who didn't even show up this morning, who's slowly being blinded out.
Well, that's awkward.
Mario Adinolfi had a deep run in this tournament in Season 8. He's facing a raise from Christoph de Mulder.
What's he looking at? Picture of the Pope?
Stall much.
Play does tend to slow down around the bubble. Wonder why that is.
Adinolfi folds. De Mulder wins the pot uncontested. Let's check on some of the short stacks, some of the players in the danger zone.
Danger zone! Victor said he wasn't interested in a min cash. He may get his wish.
Cedric Moreland has just over 2 big blinds. Alexandru Deleanu has just shy of 3 big blinds.
I think he's fine. He's got like 4 chips. That's 4 times the required minimum for chip in a chair. On the chip side, he's only got 1 chair to my knowledge.
Let's get across the room to table 5. Simeon Naidenov has moved all in. Action on Danny Covain. He calls.
All in, call on 5.
Andler gets out of the way.
I'm no body language expert, but I think Covain's ahead.
I'm the bubble boy, yes.
Naidenov is a 4-1 underdog. Bigger dog now. Needs a 9 on the river. Doesn't get it.
But he is not the bubble boy. He's the bubble boy.
We are down to 184. Stop the clock. We've reached the bubble.
Okay, attention, main event. We have 184 players, and we're going to continue hand for hand. Dealers, if you have an all-in call, you must stop and call the floor, and the cards must stay face down.
Let me take a photo first, okay?
Hello, Kitty. Quo.
Okay.
Tag it, Survivor. Hashtag Survivor.
So we're going to play one hand. We'll wait for play to conclude at every other table in the room before we start the next one. Berglund raising from the cutoff with 9 deuce of diamonds.
Trying to go all thief here on the bubble.
7-5 of diamonds for Pasi Sormanen in the big blind.
And this will be kind of a loose defend.
He calls. And what a flop for Berglund. 9-9 deuce for a full house.
Flops him deed.
Sormanen checks. And folds before Berglund's had a chance to bet.
One check. Luckily no diamonds. I had 7-8 diamonds. So 3 diamonds. Ooh.
7-8 of diamonds, huh? Lol.
Remember, the next player to bust walks away with nothing.
Yeah, I was thinking that this table would be the one who was like breaking the bubble. Like, yeah, that's...
There's always next hand.
Over to the secondary feature table. There's been an under-the-gun raise from Albert de Haer. Petra Hryskova has called with ace-10 of hearts. Thomas Buttshammer in the cutoff has deuces, and he is counting out a re-raise. He 3-bets to 27,500.
Bizarre choice of hand to 3-bet, but you know what I always say? When you want to burst the bubble, best to use a Buttshammer.
Action folded back around to Hryskova. She calls.
She's out of position, and she's got a hand that could be dominated to a 3-bet.
Heads up to the flop, which is King 8-6 with 2 hearts. Nut flush draw for Hryskova. +1 overcard to the board. She's actually a statistical favorite.
Since it looks like Buttshammer was turning his hand into a bluff no matter what, a bet here is expected.
He continues for 24,500. She quickly calls.
Certainly can't fold the nut flush draw.
The turn card is red, but it's a diamond, not a heart. Hryskova checks a second time.
Maybe giving a little something away with that check, by the way.
Buttshammer not slowing down. He bets again, 44,500.
Now Petra's getting 4-1, so again, she will not be folding.
These are 2 big stacks going to battle on the bubble.
A needlessly huge pot with 2 super deep stacks, thanks to the Buttshammer 3-bet.
Hryskova calls again, 212,000 in the middle. The river is the king of spades, pairing the board.
More like Petra Brixova.
She checks again. Buttshammer checks behind. Who would have thought that deuces would be good here?
She might literally blast out of her seat when she sees this. Ah, you got Buttshammered. But to be honest, I kind of agree with her on the play.
He's now up to 386,000. And we're just waiting for play to conclude at all of the outer tables.
Attention players, as soon as the last hand is finished, I will close the book. We have 3 tables with an open call.
3? What happens if more than one person goes broke again?
They will chop 183rd place prize money.
Buka, let's see your cards first, please. Buka shows 2 9s for a pair of 9s. Cedric shows Queen 7 for a pair of queens.
You have to show. It's an all-in, yeah.
And Nils shows ace 5. Our all-in player has doubled up. We don't lose a player on table number 12.
Look at them all congratulating him. We're all in this together. Not really, but still it's cool.
Well, as Toby heads across the room, don't forget there is a player who didn't show up today and is now close to being blinded out.
Yeah, but do the players know that?
Jan has ace king, so Russell is our all-in player with a pair of jacks. Let's see the flop, please.
We've got a race here.
Classic race, made even more classicer by the bubble.
There's a jack.
The flop is jack 10, 9. Russell is at top trips. There is a possibility of a middle pin for a straight. Next card is an 8. It's 8, 9, 10, jack. Russell is still ahead. And the final card, please.
Ooh, and they can chop too.
Final cards are 4. We do not lose a player on table number 21.
2 all-ins, 2 survivals.
We're going to go to our next table where we have an all-in call.
It's Stevich's table.
Can we go 3 for 3?
Mihails is our all-in player, but there is no flop. Mihails has ace of spades, queen of clubs, and Alexander is our player with a pair of 9s.
Another race.
The flop is 2, 3, king, and the turn. The turn is a jack. The final card, please. It's a 10.
Gets there. Rivers are straight.
He's the real champ, the real one. Have to win this tournament. Thanks, guys.
This is the sweetest bubble ever.
3 players were all in, no one busted.
I know.
No.
10 on river, always.
There's the anti-railing you come to expect on a gigantic bubble.
Alexandru Delianu now has just 2.5 big blinds.
Yeah, but what about that guy that's not here?
Well, they've called the tournament director over because he's still absent and he's about to be put all in the big blind.
He said he did not show up the entire day.
The whole day.
Yeah. He did not come. Okay. Easy money. Maybe it's just pocket change.
Attention, main event players, we have a very unique situation over here. We have one player who hasn't showed up today and is going to be all in on the big blind. So he will be eliminated in this hand. If we lose 2 players from that table, the player with the biggest chips is going to take the highest finishing position. If we lose 2 or 3 or 4 players from different tables, the money will be split between you guys and the player on the big blind.
Hope the guy's all right. I can only think of a few reasons I'd voluntarily miss day 3 of a tournament, and all of them involve twins.
Well, the absent player has been identified as Nuno de Camara from Portugal. He was due to start day 3 with a 21 big blind stack. No one has any idea where he is or why he's not here.
So once again, just to be sure, if I bust out right now, this hand,
Share the money with the guy.
I share the money with the bubble. Okay. Well.
Stop the clock in the main event, please. Stop the clock in the main event.
We do have an all-in.
Okay, we're over on table number 5. Stefan is our all-in player. Let's see your cards, please, Stefan. Stefan has 2 aces. Ace
that's
of
why.
diamonds, ace of clubs. And Christopher has 3 of hearts, 6 of clubs. Let's see the flop, please.
We're all rooting for the aces here, right?
Flop is 2, 8, 10, 2 of hearts, 8 of diamonds, 10 of diamonds. Stefan is ahead with a pair of aces. Turn card, please. The turn's a queen. And the final card, please.
Aces double up.
Okay, we do lose a player. You are all in the money. Congratulations. You've just cashed at EPT Barcelona.
Weirdest bubble ever.
We win. It's already done. We win prize.
Congratulations, everyone. For the first time ever, literally everyone in the room is happy.
Now that we got to the money, we can fight.
You gotta fight for your right to min cash.
A strange situation. We've no idea why Nuno didn't show up for day 3, but he is our bubble boy, while Alex Stevich has cashed on his return to EPT Barcelona. Two of the players at our feature table, Neil Farrell and Kim Okoko, are still riding high. Let's get back to the action at our feature table, where we are going to sweat with a Demulder. Christoph of that ilk. Action has been folded to Neil Farrell in the small blind.
Oh man, blind on blind hands are tough. I'm rooting for a walk.
Dang it. Not going to happen. Farrell raises to 17,000.
What do we got?
DeMolder's hand is Ace-5.
Yep, gotta call it this. No need for a 3-bet because we're usually either a little ahead or real far behind.
He loves his TV time, this boy.
He's been on TV since he was like 6.
He calls for an additional 11,000. We go to the flop, which is ace high.
That's top pair for us.
Farrell set to continue. He bets 20,000.
And we have to be expecting he's going to continue his entire range here, which is super wide, small to big, so of course we have to call this.
There's the call. 81,000 in the pot. Another ace on the turn. Trips now for DeMolder.
I'm starting to like this more and more. That was a weird little stutter step. Wonder what that means.
Farrell bets again, 35K.
Whatever, doesn't matter. We're not folding. It's kind of hard for us to be beat, but what makes me worried is it's also kind of hard for him to be bluffing.
Excuse me.
Must be allergic to betting in the trips.
DeMolder calls a second time. 9 of hearts on the river.
This is not a good card for us. I am really hoping he doesn't bet again.
There are now 3 hearts on the board. The flop flush draw got there.
Where's your coughing now, Neil? Where's your coughing now?
He empties the clip. He fires the third barrel. 78,000.
With that heart on the river, I think we gotta fold our hand. Neil could certainly have hearts in his triple barrel range, and pretty much no worse hands would bet here for value.
What do you have?
You'd have to have pure air for us to call. Matthias knows what Christoph has because they have creepy twin telepathy. Ooh.
Full house?
You have a full house? It's a good hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe that'll give Christoph the info he was looking for. I don't think this is a bluff.
It's the insane bluff.
I agree. This bluff would be fairly insane.
Are you gonna rub it in my face?
Hey?
I would never do that. I'm a gentleman.
What?
DeMolder folds. Neil Farrell also had ace-5, the same hand.
Ah, that's terrible.
My ball just dropped under the table.
What did you fold? I thought I knew what you had, and then I wasn't sure. Might have been value betting the worst hand then. That's probably not what you want to hear.
Welcome back to Cyprus and the 2023 PokerStars European Poker Tour. Day 2 of the main event continues here at the Merit Royal Diamond Hotel, Casino and Spa. 4th level of the day, about to get underway, and a new lineup of players coming to our main feature table. As we come back from break, getting ever close to the money, let's look at the biggest stacks right now. We do have a member of Team Pro. Top of the table right now, Tonka. Parker Talbot is chip leader with 218 players remaining. World Series of Poker finalist Kenny Hallett also inside the top 5. 218 players returning from break. 199 will get paid. That means the bubble is looming. It's James Hartigan alongside Nick Walsh.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me.
There is a chance, Nick, that we get to the bubble during this level. We have got Parker on the main stage, finally going to get some Tonka time at the feature table. He has got a very tough opponent, Juan Pardo, a.k.a. Malacca Style. Here is a guy who we saw a couple of weeks ago win the W-Coupe Super High Roller. He comes here to Cyprus and he wins the EPT Super High Roller. this guy wins super high rollers for breakfast.
Yeah, he is a legend. He's been a legend for many years. And sure enough, we're back. And looks like Parker's looking pretty handsome up there. 226 big blinds, putting in the work. Can he battle with the best and make it all the way to that $1 million up top?
There he is, a fine specimen of humanity.
It's not even me who will bust you. It's someone else, okay? I think it will be this young man.
All right, thank you for your patience. We are ready
I
to
don't know.
restart.
You have some real work to do.
1,500, 3,000,
But I believe in you.
3,000 dealers. You can restart.
There is Juan Pardo, who plays online as Malacca style. Blinds are 1,500, 3,000 with a 3K big blind ante. Level 14 of the main event is underway. Bubble on screen, 200 is when we go hand for hand. The bubble will burst when we get to 199, and we will be in the money. Prize pool here at EPT Cyprus of $6.4 million, generated by the 1,320 total entries.
I actually did tell my mom.
Tell my relatives.
I told my mom I was going on the feature table. She makes me tell her every time.
Hello, Mrs. Tonka.
Like, I'm at the feature table with Parker Palvin, and she's like, "Oh my God!"
Then she
this
freaked
guy.
out. Yeah.
Get an autograph. I said, "Sure."
First hand of the level, first hand of the session.
First hand got a walk.
Juan Pardo gets a walk.
Yeah. That's what I said. You see what
That's the
happens?
kind of respect that he commands.
And for good reason.
I'm so excited to get some Tonka time, though, guys. I know a lot of you out there were waiting for this moment. Let's see if he can do us proud.
His teeth are gleaming.
Sweater. He's what?
His teeth are gleaming.
course.
You're blinding me with your teeth.
I was reading Rayton, and I thought, like, this doesn't make sense. Like, what kind of brand is that?
Rayton?
Yeah.
We've got one online qualifier at the table, Gerard Carbo from Spain. Qualified on PokerStars ES for €250. Doesn't actually play that much online. He's been playing a decent amount of live events this year and has cashed a couple of EPT mains this year, made the money in Paris and in Barcelona, accruing 195K in live earnings. It's Tonka who's opened here with Jack 10. And it's Ege Güven from Turkey who's got ace 8 of clubs. And that is a re-raise. A 3-bet to 18,000. Ace Jack for the qualifier, Carbo. Folds.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Doesn't want to get tangled up here. That 3-bet looking pretty strong. And Güven is like, you're going to put me on the feature, I'm going to play.
It's a given that he will win this pot with his little Thor card protector.
That's a good-looking Thor. That's it, cameraman. Get the focus right.
Where's our cool mini TVs?
Oh yeah, that's a that looks like a comic Thor, like a comic book grade Thor, not just the official Marvel Universe Thor.
At least like 4 as well. But I can't even see a screen though from here. I'm blind.
So my prediction, Nick, and it's nothing more than a gut instinct, is that the action will slow during this level. I think it might take a while to get down from 218 to 200 before we go hand for hand. I would be surprised. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. I would be surprised to see the bubble burst this side of the dinner break.
Yeah, that would make sense, I think, both in slowing down, but also that we would get there that quickly. We're going to have to see some pretty sick coolers to get there that quick, in my opinion. I tend to agree with you here. And, of course, average still pretty chunky.
The average stack is in excess of 50 big blinds right now, 181,000, with 218 remaining from the starting field of 1,320. We've had a raise from Oleg Ustinovic. Juan Pardo thinking of doing something funky on the button with King 4 of spades. And he has decided to re-raise, 3-betting to 21,000.
Yep, I think this is pretty much some straight GTO tings.
Harold Sammer in the small blind with pocket tens. decides this is a spot to rejam for his last 89k. And this is likely to be met by folds from the other players.
Whittling him down, whittling him down.
Don't dislike Juan Pardo taking that spot there, though, Nick. And talking to Sam Grafton last night, and obviously Sam was with us on stream for the super high roller that Juan won during WCOOP. He was at the table with Juan when he won the super high roller here in Barcelona. Said he is playing phenomenally well right now. Phenomenally well.
Sure, absolutely. And, of course, what a treat to get a little bit of Sam Grafton in the booth. Guys out there really playing those stakes, and obviously a great communicator here on stream, too. Shout out to our boy Sam, fellow team pro, fellow ambassador. But, you know, he's just a legend. He's got so much experience, and, you know, he's taught so many of the others to become the best. Pardo and his squad out there crushing all kinds of seriously high-stakes poker.
Sandy, I don't think we're going to be blessed by Sam's presence in the booth during this event. Sam had a couple of results in some high buy-in events, but did not progress beyond day one of the main event, so I believe is leaving Cyprus.
I mean, he really should have just locked in and just done commentary for the whole stint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know, no comment on work ethic here.
I believe there is a high-stakes series about to kick off in Monte Carlo that Sam is preparing for. As we see Mr. Pardo open in the cutoff with Jack 10. Round to Mario Tratu in the small blind. And now Bastien May in the big blind. Raise and take it.
You really got to feel for the dealers on this extra large table, James. So much reaching involved. I know you guys can't probably tell from there, but we were doing some testing on it the other day. Much larger than your average table, and the shorter dealers have to really stretch to go and collect the chips and distribute the cards. Shout out to our fantastic EPT dealers here in Cyprus.